Introducing MyRealEstateShow.tv. Please welcome your host and director, Mariah Martin, buyer agent with REMAX Real Estate.
Hello and welcome to MyRealEstateShow.tv, a real estate talk show geared exclusively for Lehigh Valley home buyers. Our goal is to reveal all of the hidden real estate secrets and give you the confidence you need to take control of your future home purchase. Special guests for today's show include Melissa Falcone, mortgage advisor with Allied Home Mortgage Corporation of Bethlehem. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the foreclosure scoop. What are the risks? Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the topics we will be covering in today's show.
Mariah's topics for today's show include foreclosures, how can I find them? Thinking of buying a foreclosure, 5 things to know, and different types of foreclosures. Melissa's topics for today's show include how do banks feel about financing a foreclosure, and what are the requirements for financing a foreclosure? Presenting foreclosures, how can I find them?
In today's topic, we're going to talk about foreclosures. How can I find them? Well, you know, this is kind of a difficult topic because the general consumer calls a foreclosure something that it's not. When the general consumer talks about foreclosures, they think the houses that have been foreclosed on that are listed in the multiple listing service through a real estate agent is a foreclosure, and that's just not true. That's actually a bank-owned property. Let me explain to you what a real foreclosure is, and I'm being completely honest with you, of course. A foreclosure is actually at the point where a homeowner has stopped paying their loan and the bank goes into the foreclosure process, which means the bank is going to try and take the home back from them. The first process in which a home tries to get sold is actually through the county courthouse, which is usually called a sheriff's sale. At least it's that way in my market area, in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania area. So that's really what a foreclosure is, when it's being sold there. Now, when it's being sold at the county courthouse, and you can go to the county courthouse and get a list of the sheriff's sales coming up, no other, liens. There could be home equity loans. They have not been paid. The taxes may not have been paid. The water and sewer haven't been paid. Any kind of bills or mechanic liens or anything attached to the home at all have not been paid. So also at that point, you may not even be able to get access to the property, and the people may still be living in the property. You can't do an inspection. You can't do a walkthrough. That's a true foreclosure. And those are the lists that people are selling to you online. Okay? I know that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is a bank-owned property, and once the multiple listing service gets a foreclosure, that's actually a bank-owned property. And it's a better way because once it hits the MLS, the bank has taken the property back from the homeowner, the house is vacant, the utilities are now turned off, but all of the other liens have been cleared, and they must be cleared. There's some other risks involved, and you're going to see another video of mine called Are You Thinking About Buying a Foreclosure? Here's 5 things you need to know. I hope this information was helpful to you, and now you know just a little bit more about a foreclosure versus a bank-owned property.
Presenting Thinking About Buying a Foreclosure, 5 things to know.
Hello, in today's topic, we're going to be talking about, are you thinking about buying a foreclosure? 5 things you need to know. Let's get started. Number 1, the property is bank-owned, and if it's hit the MLS as a foreclosure, it's guaranteed that this property has been vacant and unoccupied from anywhere between 10 and 14 months, and normally it's much longer. Number 2, 75% of the time, or even more than that, the utilities are not on in this property. So there's no running water, there's no electricity. So you want to make sure that when you view the property, you view it during the day, and you should really bring a flashlight with you as well. Number 3, the properties are already being listed under current market value, and you know that because that's why you're attracted to it. So I just want to share with you that if you think you're going to be able to make an offer to the bank for $20,000 to $30,000 under the list price, it's just not practical. So if you're looking at foreclosures, of course, if there's no other offers, make an offer under list price, but get closer to anywhere between 2 and 4% is more practical. And in my experience, you'd be lucky if you get that. Number 4, you want to make an offer conditioned on a home inspection, but be aware that it's your responsibility as the buyer to get all the utilities turned on. And if it went through the winter, which most houses do, since it's that 10 to 12 month period, it's gone through the winter, so the house was winterized. You must get a plumber to de-winterize it, and then if you decide not to purchase the property, you have to have it winterized again if it's during the winter season. Usually they'll just have you do it again anyway because you never know how long the property will sit there. So that's an extra investment for you. Number 5, the home may or may not even qualify to get a mortgage on it. It all depends on the condition of the property. So I hope this information has helped you, and thank you for listening.